Yeah, welcome guys, welcome student, welcome engineers, welcome technician, welcome back to our channel. This is Mechanical Engineering in the World channel. As you see, we always prepare the best thing for you. Now, as you know, as you see, everywhere, together we can do more things. Just right now, today we are going to start to learning starting system in a motor vehicle. So guys, without wasting time, let's start together with following our chapter for today. So we are going to start with what is starting system. A starting system converts electrical energy from batteries into mechanical energy to turn the engine over. That is starting system. When some people say, well, starting system is this what he want or she want to mean, this is starting system. So let's continue. That is starting system, how it look like maybe in the car or not when they remove it in the car. This is starting system image and their component. Don't worry, we'll see the component of starting system in the next page. So let's continue. We are going to learn starting system with what is component of starting system. Starting system have 5 main components. Sorry. The first component of starting system is ignition switch or starter button. The some vehicle they have start button. That is first component of starting system. Ignition switch or start button, it helps to start the movement of the vehicle. Or neutral switch, open on some vehicles. Neutral switch, safety switch is some component which is installed in the starting system. Others have a starter solenoid. Others have a starter motor. Starter motor, you see, and the other lastly is battery. This is the components of starting system. There are other many components, but this is necessary, and that is necessary component of starting system. Without wasting time, let's continue together with function of starting system. Guys, this is a point that is good chapter for understanding, because when there's no starting system in the vehicle cannot get movement from one place to another. The starting system, it is a necessary system which is used in the motor vehicle, I think. So let's continue together with function of starting system. The function of starting system is to provide torque needed to achieve the necessary minimum cranking the speed. That is the first function of starting system. It provides a torque which needed to use in the cranking engine. Not creating more than or minimum or higher than torque or don't unnecessary torque. No, it provides torque needed to achieve necessary minimum cranking speed. That is the first component. I think it's easy to understand. Other points is to rotate a flywheel to crank is term, which the starter piston movement. Guys, listen this point clearly. To rotate a flywheel, the function of starting system, you must know it in your mind everywhere. When you see the car, when the driver rotates his ignition switch, the starter starter put out the starter rotor for going to cranking a flywheel gear, another crankshaft to getting a movement for starting piston movement is where the movement of the engine coming from. When a driver starts ignition switch, the current from the battery goes to starter, and the starter put out the starter rotor, and the starter rotor going to crank a flywheel, and the flywheel making a movement to crankshaft, and the crankshaft give a movement of piston. Is where the movement of engine coming from. Listen this point clearly. It's necessary as a technician. Let's continue and let me show you Yeah, that is some components in the diagrams, how the starting system to look like: ignition switch, electrical modules, distributor where the spark plug are connected, and the advanced and mature. So I will show it in next page. That is necessary, like to show you what is it. And the types of starting system. Types of starting system. We have a full now, but nowadays we like to using electrical starting system. This is necessary because nowadays we like to use electrical starting system. First, we have electrical starting system. Second, hydraulic starting system. Third, air motor starting system. And fourth is the compressed air admission. But now in these three starting system, whatever are not necessary. But this is nowadays we use this electrical starting system. This is easy chapter, but you have to know it clearly. That is some figure inside the component of starter, which help to start the engine. That is some inside the armature chassis, which create a magnetized inside. That is a fork. All of us, you have to read it and make a pause on this video and read it clearly. Other necessary point you have to know is this: how do starting system operate? How do starting system operate? You have to know what is starting system, types of starting system, function of starting system, and how do starting system operate. That is necessary thing. So please listen well. What is operating principle of starting system? Let's start. How starting system works: when you turn ignition key to start position or press start button, as I told you before, if the transmission is in a park or neutral, the battery voltage goes through to starter to control circuit and activate the starter solenoid. The starter solenoid is going outside of or starter motor going outside of starter motor and rotate the flywheel. Look this figure closely. That is battery. There is some wiring come from battery up to ignition switch and other continue to a starter. When a driver starts this ignition switch, the current from battery goes to starter motor. Here there is something generated a magnetized, and output rotor goes outside of starter motor as you see here and going to turn a flywheel. This is a flywheel which connected to crankshaft, and the piston are connected to crankshaft is where when the rotor or starter solenoid finishes to crank this flywheel, this starter solenoid goes back and the flywheel continue to rotate, and the movement of engine come from to starter solenoid is how starting system operate. Guys, if you listen that way, this figure how starting system operate, it's good things because you learned new some things clearly. That is how starting system works. If you don't understand the word, please write me inbox, follow me on Instagram, Mechanical Engineering the World, and ask your problem, or write down in the comment what is your problem. When I saw your problem, I pray you back, no problem. Others, it's like a common sources of starter problem. This is some problems of starting system: loose electrical connection, starting system, DT connection in battery terminals, one of failed starter system. But this is some system starting system got a problems. It is this. Others we have is 5 issue of starting system that require to auto repairs. Do understand? The first failure of ignition switch. When ignition switch, we can turn on our vehicle. We can get starting of we can get the movement of the engine. That is the first things. Others failed alternator. Guys, next chapter we have to learn about alternator. Alternator is some component which used to charging a battery in order to avoiding losing a current in the system. That is, alternator is a component of charging a battery, and as is manufacturing of a starter motor. when a starter motor doesn't produce their function, is called malfunction of starter motor. I have to check and read these notes in order to understand it very well. Fuel delivery problem: when pump are not pumping fuel, or fuel delivery current not reach on fuel pump, the current cannot goes to other components. Other is DD battery: when battery are discharged or terminals are not cleaned very well, that is something can make the starting system fail. Guys, this is the end of our chapter. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, comment, like and share in order to make good. Just this mechanical engineering in the world, we provide the better thing for you. Thank you for watching. See you next.